So the sun was shining and I wasn't really getting anywhere with the rotary stuff today. So I decided to open the spray foam detailing kit I got from Jennychem. It's only 50 quid, comes with 4 different chemicals and a drying cloth.
You've not bought more car cleaning stuff?
No.
What's wrong with the stuff I got for your birthday?
Nothing. I need it. I also wanted to answer the biggest question on YouTube. So I'll try and be as scientific as possible. Maybe see some type of graph. So I'm what I like to call financially retarded, but I do know a bit about fixing cars. So whoever wants a Bentley is probably not looking for anything sensible. They have their daily driver sorted and looking for something epic for the weekend. So let's take my Maserati for example. It was cheap, very cheap, at $5.5 grand, but that's where the investment advice takes a downturn. I'll try and use a common part for all these cars as an example. Front suspension arm, only because that was in my last video. So for the Maserati, I could get a used one for about 150 quid that needs new bushes, or I could pay as much as 1500. So I tried finding a few examples online. Best one I could find was £729, so that's good, isn't it? Hope I don't need one of those. So let's put the Maserati here. Cheap to buy, expensive to fix. Let's look at something else, a Aston Martin. I think they're just as cool as the Bentley, 500 brake horsepower-ish. I found this example on eBay, high mileage and a bit of damage. So on Scuderia again, front suspension lower, £406. So let's put this here, financially achievable but expensive to fix. So let's go all out, say Ferrari. Here's the cheapest one I could find, not exactly beer money, 35 grand. So we're on Scuderia parts again, £217. So a bit less than the Aston Martin. I think I'd put that there. So the Bentley in the UK right now, I'll just go out and get one, a good example, for under 10k. I mean, I could probably get one for 6-7 grand if I really wanted to go looking for one. Maybe maybe roll the dice at Copart. So in the object of fairness, I'm going to look in the same spot. Number one, there we go, £436. But wait, this is where the Bentley can pull out a special ability. Everything under the bonnet is VW Audi, so we can cross-reference the part number against a different car. So I'm not going to pay £436 actually, I'm going to buy a whole set for £350. As far as I know, you can't do that with any other cars here. For example, the Aston Martin uses Volvo and some Mazda parts and some Ford, but that's more to do with the electronics rather than the actual mechanics of the car. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to put that right there, and we'll call that the sweet spot. Not expensive to buy, and definitely not expensive to fix. The engine, a big W12 with twin turbos making 550 horsepower. It's not really a lot when you consider the size of it. Getting 400 from the 4.2 litre V8 in the Maserati, it's going to have to sacrifice reliability to get more power. And in the Ferrari they managed to get 483 from the same engine block. I've had my Bentley mapped to 660 horsepower, and there is loads more left in it. If the channel ever gets off the ground, I really want to see what it would take to get some big figures from what is in effect 2 VR6 engines with 2 turbos. I know some people will get these cars to show off, and that's fine. That is partially what they were made for. But for me it's the trump card figures. 660 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, 12 cylinders, twin turbo, 200 miles an hour. It's basically 2/3 of Veyron. And it shares some parts with it too, like the handbrake switch. The gear selectors are also for Lamborghini. I also really enjoy cleaning it. I love the way it looks. It's one of those cars that when you get it, you just look at it out the window and annoy your wife by parking at the furthest away spot in the supermarket. I know it's not that unique under the body, but it's what makes it reliable and cheap to fix. I will still put it in the same prestige class as the Ferrari and Aston Martin. You do look very presentable when you arrive at the wedding or family meal. You could even do proms or start a little crappy YouTube channel. So in the most scientific way possible, yes, you should get one, especially if you're a bit handy with the spanners and enjoy tinkering at the weekend. So for the spray foam kit, the wheel stuff was great, but I must have been doing it wrong. It left a lot of dirt on there, and had to wash it by hand in the end. Now to try the influencer towel drop. Always wanted to do that. So what do you think?
Is that just using a spray foam?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, alright. It's alright.
Yeah, so it was worth it then, yeah?
Looks good.
Now it's time to give it a drying off. See you soon.